Welcome to the Sunnyside Neighborhood Association. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. My name is Judy Bumbarger and Wright. I've done this for many years. So, and on our planning team, if you'd stand when I call your names so people can see who you are. Mary Lasky. Oh, you're all together there. Jim Foley and Kristen Povasar. Our guests, we have three speakers tonight. The first one is going to be the traffic management people, which I really appreciate you guys coming. David and Steve. And a group called Volunteers in Motion is going to tell us how some way we can get people who are immobile or have trouble getting around, or they're too old to drive, how we can help them get rides. And there's a lady from the library system, Vancouver Regional Library, is going to tell us a little more about what you can get besides just books and magazines at the library, but they've really branched out now. So I guess traffic management, if you guys want to go ahead.
Roger. I'll be over here.
Oh, all right. Thanks. Good evening. I'm David Jardin. I'm the traffic engineering section manager. Steve Gallup is the transportation division manager. He's my boss. Anyway, I'm here tonight to talk about the neighborhood traffic management program. We introduced this to neighborhoods the end of last year, and we implemented the program early in January. Yes,
Can you
sir.
speak up a little bit? I'm having trouble here.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. We rolled out our neighborhood traffic management program in January, second week in January. We started accepting applications January 15th. So I wanted to introduce you to the website. This is on our county public works page. And so when you, let's see, can you go back to the home page so we can kind of, yeah, there you go.
We'll go all the way back to the main page.
Sure. Okay. And then, so this is when you get into Clark County website, if you come over here to departments right here in the middle.
Bless you.
And then Public Works. So now you're on the Public Works landing page. So to get to the neighborhood traffic management program, it's under transportation. Sorry. And then down at the very bottom is neighborhood traffic management program.
Yeah, just have to think public works, transportation.
Transportation. So this is our webpage. We kept it really simple so that it was nice and easy to read, and then provided you with ways to get to our application and fill it out, but also provide you with if you scroll down to the very bottom, we've got some frequently asked questions links here, but if is it down on the very bottom? Yeah, there it is. If you have any questions, we've got our email address that goes directly to that program so that we know that it's a question regarding this particular program.
So you have a couple people looking at that?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes, absolutely. So right now it's myself and I've got two engineering technicians that are monitoring that email site. So if you could scroll back above the frequently asked questions, we've got our program schedule for 2026. So we opened our applications in January 15th, and we're going through March 1, which is in a couple of days. So we haven't rolled this out yet, but I'm I would like to extend that a month because we're trying to get a nice big pool of applications in so that we have some really good candidates and a large number of candidates to choose from. So
We may want to make that adjustment on here too.
yes, I meant to talk to you before we got here tonight, but anyway, I'll be working with our public outreach folks to modify our schedule as well as send out a social media blast to make sure that folks are aware that we're going to extend this application period a month. But kind of our current goal for over the course of the year is we accept the applications, then we evaluate the applications. The evaluation deals with we're out there collecting data like volumes over the roadway of the roadways that you guys identify. We're looking at the street classifications. We're looking at some of the issues that you guys point out to us. If you're identifying that you have a speeding issue, if you're identifying that maybe there's some pedestrian type crossings that you believe aren't really safe, we're kind of looking at all of those things to help us out to understand what your how we need to address your roadway.
Could we back up? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Back up just a smidge because I've gone through this before, so I know kind of what this is about. I'm not sure.
Sure.
Can we go through that first back about what actually is included in this program? Because
Oh, sure.
that could help kind of set the stage. Is that okay?
Yes. So this program is really kind of designed to take a look at your neighborhoods and address some of the provide the county a toolbox of mitigation measures that we can look at against your neighborhood for like speeders or cut through traffic, those types of things. So we've got some different mitigation measures that we can use. We've got speed bumps, as shown in the picture here. We've got some speed feedback signs, which is shown in the far picture over there. So you have the posted speed, and then it gives you kind of some feedback of how fast you're going in the neighborhood to try and help quell some of the speeders. But we've also we've got some other things that we could take a look at as well. We've got traffic circles. We've got pavement markings that we can put down. We've got some signage types of countermeasures that we could look at doing. And that's all part of when we collect the data off of the roadway that you guys have identified, vehicle volumes, vehicle speeds, number of, maybe any kind of pedestrian issues or things like that. We can then look at any kind of crash history to see if there's countermeasures or mitigation measures that we could use on that roadway to try and help reduce the potential for those kind of issues. Yes, sir.
This includes bike lanes, for instance?
Actually, not on the neighborhood, not as part of this program. So we wouldn't be installing like a physical bike lane on a neighborhood roadway. But we could look at maybe if you had parking issues that where roadways were really necked down, maybe in a corner, you had some parking issues on either side that really kind of prevent maybe buses or maybe your garbage vehicles from making those turns easily. We could maybe look at some signage to help prevent those types of issues. Anyway, this is a program that the county had long ago and then stopped it. But we want to bring this back in because what we're experiencing now is, as you guys are well aware, there's a lot of growth and a lot more vehicles on the road that maybe not driving the way they should in your neighborhoods. So we wanted to give ourselves some tools or create some tools in our toolbox that we can now use to help implement some countermeasures to help prevent or help reduce the potential of speeders cut through traffic and other things like
And I
that.
think one more point that would help everybody is to define what a neighborhood road is versus an artery, you know, what's included in here.
Okay.
Which is
so-
like that first back, I think there's a back on there that says what.
Oh,
Road.
right.
Yeah.
So there is a FAQ or a frequently asked question. It's the very first one. What types of roadways are eligible for the program? So the neighborhood streets, the streets in your subdivisions. So they have parking on both sides, maybe doesn't have a center line stripe. Those are neighborhood style roads. Your highways, those are like your state routes. Those would be the highways. Collectors would be 94th Avenue. And arterials would be
503.
I'm kind of thinking like
119.
like
Is 88th Street?
88th Street is a collector. 94th Avenue is an arterial. It's a 2-lane arterial. It's got the center turn lane and it carries a lot of volume. So those roadways and 99th Street, if you're familiar with 99th Street between Highway 99 and St. John's, is 4-lane or 5-lane cross section, 2 lanes in either direction and center turn. That's an arterial. That's one of our larger arterials. So even though it serves a residential area, it is one of those roadways that by volume alone kind of takes it out of the running, and the speed of the road and the number of lanes that you'd have to take care of as well. So in those cases, we wouldn't do this program on those types of roadways. And let's see.
What covers them then?
Those are ones that we look at, signage. We look at the speed feedback signs are one of those items.
I mean, who covers the arterials, the collectors, and the highways? Who's responsible for that?
Well, we would be ultimately the transportation. Yeah, those are county roads.
Successful 503, that's state route. Okay. That'd be washed out.
But if we wanted to make a complaint about something in those 3, the highway and the collective materials, how would we do that?
Or
could we do that?
If you're noticing issues on those roadways, you could definitely call us. If it's a state route, we'll let you know. If it's a collector or an arterial where you're noticing issues, then you could either call one of us. We put it in our customer service. Queue. Sorry, thank you. Then we'd have our traffic engineers assigned to it, and they take a look at it and see if there's any kind of countermeasures that we could put into place to help try and help with the problem.
The arterial and collectors with high volumes, you know, that's going to really take a lot to be able to slow down the traffic. So those, as a matter of fact, you have one 99th Street, that's an arterial. Roundabouts, you know, and that helps slow down traffic, but those are really high cost projects. So
Mine was 94th and 105th. I've been trying several times to try and get a 4-way stop in there instead of the, well, if you go this way, you don't have to stop.
So-
If you come this way, you do have to stop. But now if you're going straight, you don't have to stop. If
Yeah.
you're going, it's asinine.
yeah,
And
that's a right of way issue. So that's for right of way issues, confusion and stuff, we usually solve those with stop signs.
Yeah, but I tried and I was
Not
denied. I
Go
tried.
to the Public Works page for bigger issues like that, or even for if a sign falls down, if you have a road sign that's down or a tree that's down in the road, or trees that need to be trimmed because you can't see a stop sign, you can go to this button right at the top that's report a concern.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's gonna take you right to a form where you can fill everything out on what it is that the
I
issue
usually,
is.
I usually just call, they've been great, then I have called.
It has the numbers that you can call as well. But when you do this and you use the form, it automatically assigns it a number.
And
So-
if you say something about transportation, you've got speeding or you've got a sight distance issue or something like that, these pages here get redirected to my department. So that's when we assign our traffic engineer and they go out and take a look and see what's going on, see if we can help out with that.
Give me a name, maybe get the guy out for a drink and I can get those 4 stop signs on it. I'm hot about that corner.
Could you
Okay,
show where that
raised-
button is again, Merely? The one they just said.
The
Did you?
report, the
Yeah,
report one,
it's on that
It's-
page,
I
right?
think
it's on the main page for Public Works.
So you gotta jump around. Okay.
And so you just go back to the main page for Public Works, and so this is, whoops, I went all the way back to the
Yeah,
county page. So, so you go to Public Works, and then it's right at the top on the right-hand side. Report a concern.
So, yeah, I mean, if you were in the neighborhood traffic management program under transportation, this whole column doesn't change really when you go to the neighborhood traffic management program. So if you're here, you just come back up and hit the public works.
Yes, you can hit the Public Works.
Yeah.
up here.
As you probably know, most of our big projects that we do and stuff are on arterials and collectors. We don't really do any projects on local roads. And so that's why we have this program.
Yep.
This program gives us the opportunity to spend money. We have about 250,000 a year that we're gonna spend on doing traffic calming projects on local roads within neighborhoods.
Once
So-
you make the decision, once you have your pool, it's like, are you gonna post that on here? Which ones are gonna?
We will be notifying, yeah, we will find a way to make sure that it is known which roadways will get projects, yes.
Jessica Wilson has raised her hand if she wants to unmute herself. She is probably wanting to unmute herself to introduce herself. That is the Volunteers in Motion person. She's probably letting us know that she's here.
No, I actually had a question. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know if there was a difference between the city of Vancouver's neighborhood traffic calming program and Public Works. Is it just a matter of different roads? Are you working together? If you could clarify that for me, that'd be great.
Yeah, so they are two separate programs. If you're in the city has their own program that they will implement. And then when you get onto the county roads, that's where you'll be contacting us.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's
And we
just
have-
different roads.
And we have a map on our site that tells you if you're in the county or the city.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Absolutely. So let's see. So we're on the neighborhood traffic management program website. If you scroll past kind of the little blurb we've got here that talks about the program itself, right here in the middle, we've got the application button. And basically we've kept this application very, very simple. If you've got multiple roads that you're thinking about having us consider, they get their own, you fill it out every time you want to enter a road. Okay, we want to do one road at a time in here. So basically all we're asking for is your information, your name, what neighborhood association you're in, and then where the street is, what street you're asking about. So street where the traffic issues are located. And then if you've got an intersecting street to help us identify the location. So from and to.
I looked at that today, this morning, and I wasn't quite sure if people will understand exactly what that is back there.
Oh,
Where
the-
it says from intersecting street to intersecting street. Could you just add a little more to those, each of those, kind of maybe an example of, so people have
Oh.
an idea, like, I wasn't sure how
Okay.
I would answer that.
Um,
I know the street where traffic issues are, but not the intersecting street or
The
from the
to.
from or to. To me is the confusing
yes, sir.
part.
Prime example in Maple Tree is 98th Avenue from 63rd Street to actually to 70th Street. And that is they're dumping cars there, and it's getting a lot worse is they're drag racing.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
From,
dear.
it used to be just Friday night, Saturday night for a little while, but it starts at 3 darn near every day and goes till 10 o'clock at night.
So what was yours, 94th?
It is
98th Avenue.
98th Avenue,
Okay, so that would be
98th
This-
there
98th,
from 63rd and to 70th.
okay. And it doesn't really matter if you put 63rd here or 70th or 63rd here and 70th, it doesn't really matter. And I could see where this is a little confusing
Yeah,
from
if you could
to,
make a little
yeah.
explanation or change the wording or something.
Yeah.
But I noticed what I was mentioning, I think was covered in your options below, a little bit farther down.
Oh, like,
Oh, there's no racing.
That's a police. I mean, that's.
so
Well,
like,
I'm calling them and they don't even care anymore.
oh, wow. Okay.
And I've got one dispatcher that he's getting nasty at me now.
Sorry to hear about that. So yeah, I guess we put that in other, and you could say drag racing or,
Then you can also describe it in the bottom.
yep, down here at the very bottom here, describe the traffic issue.
Whatever it is.
And, this area right here will expand, so it doesn't limit you to this right here.
And I noticed that you do have on there, if there's specific days or times of day.
Right.
So that you guys can target that.
Yep, absolutely. So, in your case, sir, if, you're noticing drag racing between 8 and 10 or all day or whatever, as much information as you can add into this section, that would really help us out to try and understand what's going on and what we need to be looking for when we're collecting the data.
Yeah, because it's a very wide road. There's at both ends, there's islands, but from 67th down to 65th,
Okay.
there's no islands in there. So they're doing cookies.
Oh,
They're
goodness.
and
Yeah.
it's
And more of the details you can provide is helpful, like, like what time of the day is it, a specific time
yeah.
or, certain day during the week or when racing school. So,
And those islands are one of the mitigation things that might be used, right?
Those are some tools that we can consider for sure.
That's 140th part. Yeah, 102nd, but it shows us there's that four-way stop and you turn, that's 63rd.
Yeah.
And when you go down 98
So,
few blocks, it from there up.
that's really kind of, what I wanted to introduce to you is, how to navigate the website, where the application was, and that we do have an email specifically for the program that we're monitoring as well. So if you have specific questions regarding this program, send us an email and we'll be answering those as we receive them.
Do you have some kind of a number limit of how many you want? Like, can one neighborhood association give 3 or 4?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so just.
So,
Go on it, huh?
if you've got multiple roads, again, please submit a form apiece. and describe as much as you can about the road and its location. But yeah, there's not really any limit. We'll be looking at each of the individual applications. We'll be collecting data on each one of the roads that we've had submitted to us. And then we will be looking at that data and ranking them based on the data that we collect over those roadways. As soon as we identify the roadways that we're going to move forward with, we will notify the neighborhood associations or the individual that submitted the application so that they know in moving forward that their roadway is the one that's being considered. But we will find a way to make sure that it's on our website and then in social media blasts as well. Yes, sir.
I have like two questions for you. How long will you be collecting data? And at what times of day will you be collecting the data?
So typically what we would do is, we're going to pay attention to what time you tell us, as far as like when you're describing the issues on the roadway. If you're telling us the time of day that's occurring, we're going to try and pay attention to that too, so that we know how and when to collect the data. But generally speaking, if you're describing a speeding issue or a volume issue, cut through traffic or stuff like that, we're going to be looking to collect the data in the middle of the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and generally in the morning during the peak hour, maybe in the middle of the day if you've got maybe some school type of vehicle issues or pedestrian issues, and then at the end of the day as well. So we're going to really try and pay attention to what you're telling us is going on with the roadway to kind of really determine and hone in on when we collect that data. So but it's going to be during the day period unless we need to collect maybe 24-hour counts. Then we'll maybe put some tubes out for speed and volume. But yeah, again, it's really going to depend on what you tell us is going on with the road, what's going on with the road.
Could you tell us what kind of data collection method you have?
So yes, we have access to tube counters. We have access to
Speed trailers?
Yeah, we do have speed trailers that we can collect data from. Many times, those speed trailers, we set them out and we might get some good data for maybe a couple hours. But what tends to happen with those speed trailers is people don't know what that is, so they're slowing way down. So it gives bad information sometimes. So, but we can collect data out of those. But sometimes what happens is we will have a consultant go out and they either will put tubes on the ground or they'll collect like video data. They'll aim a radar box in the lane that they're trying to collect data from so that they can collect speed and volume. So there's a couple of different methods that we can collect data from.
What do the tubes do? Does that just count the cars that pass over?
So it depends on how the tubes are laid out, but yes, you're right. It will collect the number of vehicles that go over, and if there's multiple tubes, we can collect speed, we can collect the volume, and sometimes we can determine the class of vehicle, the type of vehicle that goes over it.
Like weight?
Well, like if it's got multiple axles. So anyway, hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
You working with the sheriff's department too on this? I mean, you're talking about speeding. Do you include them in on any of this, or do you include the results with them? Or the drag racing like he's talking about? I mean, he's gonna be doing that, but
Right. So we have let the sheriff's office, when we were in the process of implementing the program, we did meet with the sheriff's office, one of our liaisons with the sheriff's office. We talked to them, let them know what we're setting up to do, and that but when we collect the data and what we find, we'll definitely share with the sheriff's office. I don't know if if they have staff enough to do anything more than observe the data or record the data that we would share with them. But yeah, we want to make sure that we have involved the sheriff's office, especially with this kind of stuff. If we're going to be putting in any kind of speed countermeasures, speed humps, or traffic circles, or what have you, so that they know where they're at too.
Are you taking any videos then? Share the videos with them too?
I don't believe we will be taking video.
No, we don't. We don't take any video or recording, anything like that.
What happens to the applications that come in after you have the cutoff?
Yeah, unfortunately, those will be pushed aside if they come in after the time period.
We'll let people know.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
We'll just roll it in the next year?
No, they will not roll into next year. No, because as we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of growth in our area, so things will change year over year. So we want to take in the most current situation that's going on. So if you submit an application this year and it's not considered as one of the prioritized locations, again, we'll make sure that it's available for public viewing, so that if you made it or not. But what needs to happen, if you want that road considered again next year, you have to submit another application on that roadway.
And we can also let you know the reason why it didn't score high or something too. And then I just wanted to point out this, as you can tell, this is basically a year. It is a year for 2026. We have at the very end of the year implementing the project, and we're going to see how that goes. We may end up running out of time. We may get into kind of the wet weather time and can't do a lot of construction work during that time. So it actually may end up, we're pushing the projects out to the following.
The following June or
it would be the earliest we could get into it would probably be in the spring. So basically what we're saying here is we're gonna kind of see how things play out this year. This is a brand new program to us, but if we get towards the end of the year and we're just running out of time to get it designed and get it implemented on the road, weather's bad, the design isn't quite done, it's going to push it into here and with the implementation. Yeah, the following year, sorry, and then into the spring. So
do you continue to collect applications and?
oh yeah. So basically we take care of this year, and the roadways that are prioritized and chosen, they would just be implemented, but we'd be collecting new applications for the following year.
Yeah, they kind of overlap.
Yep, exactly. Yes, ma'am.
A concern that might be more better placed into the report rather than this, but it would be a very simple thing to correct. When people come off 94th, make a turn, probably a right-hand turn from 94th onto 86th Street. Okay. Sometimes they pull up just a little bit and then they park to read their cell phone. Many times I've made my turn from 94th on to 86th, and there's a car sitting there in the lane. And that is so dangerous because sometimes it's a mailman,
Right.
sometimes it's a county employee, but that's crazy. They're not realizing where it is there. I mean, you have to go around them, but you may not see them. You're not looking for a car to be sitting right there in the lane.
Absolutely.
So what I was wondering is it possible? I think sometimes you paint them. Excuse me. paint it red there at the,
Oh, at the intersection?
yeah,
Um,
excuse me. And post a sign,
yeah, no parking.
Yeah.
For Yeah.
50 feet or something.
Did you have something similar, ma'am?
Yes, no parking sign. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Would that be better in report or in this program?
In the report.
Okay.
In the report. And make sure you describe what's going on. And one of our traffic engineers will be assigned to it, and we can go out and take a look at it, and then see what signs are available out there, and then any kind of other countermeasures that might be able to be implemented to try and reduce that possibility for parking there.
Okay, thanks.
And we usually put signs up, not yellow curb. So it's mostly what we do, no parking signs.
Yeah.
What we usually put.
Yes, sir.
More of a clarification for the application, you have us indicating what neighborhood association that we belong in. Is that going to be used just to help you locate the street, or is there more responsibility required of the neighborhood association?
There wouldn't be anything additionally required for the neighborhood
Does it
association.
have to come through the neighborhood association?
It does not have to, if you are not a part of a neighborhood association, or you don't know how to contact your neighborhood association and you just need to submit something, an individual can submit this. So we're not looking that the box is checked at all. We're just trying to identify where the issue is, or what neighborhood association it is.
I don't know how many we have submitted now.
I believe we have 6.
6, okay. I'm hoping that we at least get like a dozen, maybe
Absolutely.
a dozen to 15. So it would be nice. I know we have a lot of neighborhood associations. I don't know how many, 25, 26.
Oh, it's lower, it is lower than that because they're so big. But geographically,
Yeah.
we have 17 active ones.
Yeah, and they're not all active, but I'm hoping that we get 3 or 4 per association, at least. Be nice. And we would prefer to work through the neighborhood association if we can. But like David said, sometimes people don't even know they belong to a neighborhood association.
We try to get the word out
Yeah.
as much as we can.
Yes, sir.
There was some earlier documents provided when this program was first initiated, and one was a worksheet.
Yes, sir.
And there were a couple of sections that pointed out what would disqualify a road, and one of them was, and if I'm recalling correctly, one of them was, is this a walking route to a school?
Yeah.
If not, it disqualified that. Is that still something that you guys are looking at?
Well, we are looking for safe walk routes to school.
But this worksheet said that if it was not a safe walk route to a school, it disqualified the project. Is that still?
I am looking through the worksheet here. I don't remember seeing that on there as one of those check sheet things that would disqualify.
He's on the first draft.
Yeah, okay. That
Yes, I've got all the different drafts. I just want to make sure, wonder if it was still there or not.
Yeah. I mean, those are some of the things that we are looking at that might score a little higher, is if you're on a pedestrian route or a safe walk routes to school. So some of the items in our evaluation sheet is a school or a park within a quarter mile of where this road is located. So to help us try and identify what types of users using that roadway, pedestrian, bicyclists, vehicles, those types of things. So there are point values that are associated in that, with those items, trying to help us rank these roadways and prioritize them. Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Well, there's no more questions. We might have to move on. You have another speaker?
well,
Thank you.
thank you. Yes,
Thank you very much.
please feel free to give me a holler, or email us through the program, or you can email me.
Be
Does
happy to talk to
everybody
you.
here have at least one thing to send to?
You guys put stop signs along 98 for me a couple of years ago, so I'm there.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good job. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, David.
Absolutely. No idea.
Okay, is our Jessica Wilson, Volunteers in Motion?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I will share my screen. Just give me one moment here.
Oh,
Loud and clear.
very good.
Agree.
There it is.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Oh.
Highlight. Yeah.
So yeah, my name's Jessica. I'm with Community in Motion, and I am a specialty transportation coordinator for the Volunteers in Motion program. And Community in Motion is a nonprofit that serves Southwest Washington, most especially Clark County, just because it's the most populated area or the most populated county that we serve. And we provide accessible, reliable transportation to seniors, people with disabilities, low income, and rural residents. And our mission is to connect our neighbors to reliable transportation options that support healthy, independent living. So the reason why, our services are so important is because without reliable transportation, people are missing or delaying their medical appointments. They're having difficulty accessing the pharmacy or specialty care. Their conditions may worsen. They may have limited job opportunities, especially outside their immediate area, leading to unreliable attendance or reduced hours, difficulty, attending training or education programs, trouble getting groceries or household supplies, inability to reach food banks or other community resources. They may be dependent on others. It will reduce social engagement and connection, create feelings of isolation, frustration, or depression, and then, ultimately loss of independence, freedom, dignity. So we're helping people keep that. And the impact of these barriers disproportionately affects individuals, again, experiencing low income, older adults, people with disabilities, and rural residents. We do have a lot of clients in your area, and it can reinforce cycles of poverty and exclusion from essential services and activities. So these are an overview of our services. Volunteers in Motion provides transportation for older adults 65 years or older, and like I said, people with disabilities, and that's within Clark County only. We have a reserve ride program, and that is prioritizes life-sustaining treatments, and that is available in Clark and Cowlitz County. And then we have a North County shuttle service for areas like Battleground, Hawkinson, Amboy, Yacolt, La Center, Woodland, and Richfield. So getting folks that are in the rural area into town or into other areas of Clark County besides Battleground. And then we have employment transportation program, helping folks travel to work, training, or other job-related services, and that is referral based. So you'd want to work with like WorkSource or Lifeline or ShareHouse or Recovery 360. And then we have a trip resource center for folks to just call in to find available transportation. And that not only includes Clark County, but Grace Harbor, Lewis, Pacific, and those are the counties closer to the ocean. And then most of our clients are Medicaid eligible clients. So that's Apple Health. And those services are available not only in Clark County, but Cowlitz, Klickitat, Skamania, and Wahkiakum counties. So to talk more about our Volunteers in Motion program, it's a free service. And rides are provided by trained volunteer drivers. They're not only trained, but they're background checked. That's locally as well as federally, because we are serving a vulnerable population. So that's really important. And our clients will ask for rides to not only medical appointments, but social activities, shopping, and other essential errands. And we provide our volunteer drivers a mileage reimbursement. And if they so choose, use of our agency vehicles. Most of our drivers drive their own vehicles. And we provide support and training and support as in helping you coordinate the ride so you're not getting bombarded with neighborhood calls from your neighbors. So we coordinate those rides for you, all the details, and help with like defensive driving and passenger assistance training. And that's all paid for. It's not anything that you would pay for. And then again, reserve a ride. If you have folks in your neighborhoods that have cancer or dialysis. Is there somebody with a question? I was going to do that at the end, but I don't mind if you have something coming up now. Okay. So if you have any neighbors or even, loved ones nearby, because we do serve all of Clark County and Cowlitz County, if life-sustaining treatments like cancer or dialysis, transplants, and then as funds allow, we'll also do other healthcare appointments, but that's going to be what we prioritize using our Reserve a Ride program. And then here's the map for the North Clark County areas that we serve. We used to just go into Battleground, but now we go into all of Clark County. So all the hospitals, clinics, whether it's Salmon Creek, Mill Plain, and that's typically available to residents on a weekly basis. And then if we don't get bookings in these areas, we will help other Clark County residents to their essential needs and services. And then again, our non-emergency medical transportation department, just to give you an idea, we served over 11,000 clients last year and provided over 350,000 trips last year. And those are Medicaid eligible. We locate the lowest cost option given your needs and arrange for service with one of our providers. And that might be a bus pass, a train ticket, a gas voucher, mileage reimbursements, and door-to-door rides. So if you or somebody you know has Medicaid, they might not even know that they have non-emergency medical transportation benefits. So just keep that in mind. It's not the same as Medicare, if you're wondering. That's a different, and those are usually provided directly through your insurance provider. And if you need to access services like the Volunteers in Motion program, if you're interested in becoming a volunteer driver, you can call us at the same number that I'm going to give you. Clients can call up to 30 days in advance, and you want to call at least 2 full business days in advance. You want to have your date of birth or your loved one's date of birth available, and also the pickup and drop-off locations, appointment dates and times, and also your appointment or activity duration. So think about, how long you might need to go grocery shopping or how long that doctor's appointment is. So we know when to schedule your return ride home. And then if you use any mobility aids like a walker, a cane, or a wheelchair. And then you also want to call, I don't think I mentioned this at first, but at least 2 full business days in advance. And the more time we have, the better. Our volunteer drivers pick and choose their own rides based on their schedule and their availability. And, part of the reason why I'm here is to recruit volunteers, also just to spread the word about our services. And we answer the phones from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. till 5. So I'm going to just let you know what our phone number is. And if you want, get a piece of paper, write it down. It's 360-735-3680. Again, that's 360-735-3680. And if you are interested in becoming a volunteer driver, you can call that number, give Kelsey, that's Kelsey right there in that picture. She usually answers the phone unless she's on break or lunch. Give her, your email address or even your phone number. I'll call you back. I'll send you an application. I can mail a paper copy to you, answer any questions that you might have. And that's also where, you can request a ride as well. So to access Medicaid eligible rides, we have a different phone number and they're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They don't close for lunch like our specialty program phones do. Same, you can call up to 30 days in advance to schedule services, and you want to call at least 2 business days in advance. The hospital will call us if it's a discharge or something like that. Social workers can call us, nurses can call. But again, you need to have your date of birth, your provider 1 ID number, which is given to you from the state. It's a blue card with a WA on it. You might have one. You might have seen a family member with one. You'll need the name and address and phone number of your medical destination, appointment dates and times again. And with Medicaid, we're billing the state. So it's very important that you have the specific medical reason for your appointment. And again, any mobility aids used. The number to call for Medicaid rides and services like gas vouchers or reimbursements, 360-694-9997. Again, that's 360-694-9997. And so, again, I'm here, to encourage people to become volunteer drivers. We have lots of clients in the Hazeldale, Salmon Creek area. And also to ask, if you have a neighbor that uses mobility aids and isn't driving anymore, now who they can call to get a ride, if you're not available or their family's not available or friends aren't available. And you can also donate, we're a nonprofit. And you can also share your stories if you have transportation barriers with your legislators or your House and Senate representatives. We're also here to collaborate and partner with you in training you to identify neighbors who are experiencing transportation barriers and checking in on them. And, we could do ambassador or ride buddies. There's all kinds of things. We also have a community access van. As a nonprofit, you could check that out if you had special events or what else? Mainly special events, where you were all going somewhere together. That could be something you could use as a neighborhood association. So does anybody have any questions or answers? I know I went really fast. I was trying to, squeeze it in the 15-minute time frame.
Hey, Jessica,
Yeah.
how do you qualify someone for this program?
So it depends on the program, but the volunteer driver program is for anyone 65 years and older or a person with a disability. And that can be a temporary disability like a broken leg, or you're getting a procedure that temporarily disables you because you're going to be under sedation. Like colonoscopies are really common, or dental procedures, where the clinic requires you to have a driver check in with you and check out with you. That's a really common thing that comes up unexpectedly for people. Family is working and it's a financial burden to ask them to take off work. So there's no qualifiers other than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no income barrier?
Nope. Employment has income requirements, and that's referral based. So you would fill out that form with, work source. That's the Employment Security Department. We get a lot of referrals from them, DSHS.
Jessica?
Yeah.
This is an awful lot of information with a lot of choices. Where can we find this online or written in some way?
So, I can send, I don't know how many folks are in your neighborhood, but we can make sure that you have access to brochures. Like I can bring them to your next meeting. For instance, we have a website also that goes through each program, and it's different services or eligibility requirements.
We just need the website address then, please.
Sure. So it's at the bottom of the screen, communityinmotion.org. And our volunteer driver application is also there under the Our Services tab. That has all of our different programs, including the volunteer program.
Question.
Yes.
You don't drive to Portland for
We do.
a doctor's appointment. You do?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Those rides can be harder to fulfill, but we do have a few different volunteers that go into Portland regularly. Yeah.
Jessica,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming. That's a lot of information, and
I know. Was it too
the
fast?
phone numbers can be gotten right off the website, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, we really appreciate learning about this program because we have a lot of people, this age group around here. So
I'm in this age group. It's a Wednesday. I'm 6. Well, I'm 6.
All right, congratulations. So we thank you very much for presenting this.
Yeah, give us a call. We'll be happy to help.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
All
Jessica.
right. Thanks for having me.
Jordan, from Maple Tree, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Did you wish to talk to somebody? Talk to the group?
Sure.
What happened to our library lady?
This Neighborhood Association is just south of ours.
We do have library too.
Right.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan Johnson,
Hi, Jordan.
president of Maple Tree. And like I said, we are just across the street of 76 from you. So one of the neighbors in my neighborhood wished to float the idea of setting up like a neighborhood watch or something like that. And also a community garden. And since you guys happen to be so close to us, I figured I might as well ask you guys as well. So there it is. If anyone's interested.
Your picnic.
Huh?
Your picnic.
Well,
Your summer picnic.
He wants to talk about this right now.
no, I mean, I should you tell me
Okay.
about that?
Sure.
Okay. I'm also setting up a like a business showcase of the neighborhood, at least the Maple Tree neighborhood for this present moment. I do have some businesses there on board ready to go. I did want to ask this neighborhood if you guys were interested. Really all I'm wanting is a business in the neighborhood to just show up and it'd be Orchards Park, the covered area. Just show up, represent yourself. If you want to pass out applications, go ahead. But I'm really trying to promote the neighborhood. So you would be joining in some of the businesses from the Maple Tree neighborhood if you were going to do that. If you have a home business or a little hobby that you do, you want to make dollhouses or whatnot, I don't care. Glad to have you. So if you're interested, you could get a hold of me, or you can get a hold of her, and she'll get a hold of me, or whatever way, and we can make it happen.
What did you have in mind for the garden? So the neighbor.
I personally had nothing in mind for the community garden. As I said, a neighbor in the Maple Tree neighborhood floated the idea of doing like a community garden. Unfortunately, she was not passionate enough to come here herself and ask you. Okay. So I am. If you guys want to do something like that, also maybe if there's some space. Same neighbor thought about the neighborhood watch, maybe a rapid response to an emergency situation. I'm going to be doing the CRESA training very soon this year with the Maple Tree neighborhood. So if you guys are interested in that, you could join as well.
No, what was that? The CRESA? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's emergency preparedness training.
Oh, okay. Is that set up as a meeting or just you'll let us know when it's all set up?
Well, actually, can you step in on that question, please?
Jody Blackwood from CRESA has offered to do a session where I believe up to 30 people can sign up. And she'll do a whole workshop that is from 9 in the morning until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about a 4-hour session. But there needs to be enough people to do it. So there has to be at least 20 people sign up before she'll do it. So if he didn't have enough people to sign up from his neighborhood, then we figured maybe we could go across the road and make sure that we had enough folks to.
What are some of her topics?
Yeah.
It's like how Map Your Neighborhood used to be. It's going to focus on having your house ready, how to get a food supply ready, how to connect with your neighbors.
Set up rapid response for disaster.
Set up a response for disaster and map your area and how to make sure that you know who your neighbors are, what they need. Does somebody need dialysis near you? Or somebody work across the bridge and they have pets in their house that might need to be taken care of, and then do a workshop.
Basic disaster preparedness kind of stuff.
It was really successful. We did one all the way out in Yakult and Porcelachi Prairie, and I think we had 25 people show up. It was a really good class. Okay.
I won the door prize, which was their information package at our barbecue, and there is a lot of information about working with your neighborhoods and who can have spare propane bottles, who has generators, who has large tents that can be used immediately, and just working with the neighborhood and having your house readied. That if something happens, and a lot of stuff that you don't think about that you should think about.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds good.
Okay.
Anybody here think they might like to go to that? Okay.
Awesome.
Anything else, Jordan?
No, that's it for me.
Thank you.
Are you going to present at Curtin Creek as well?
Sorry, what?
You're going to present in the Curtin Creek Neighborhood Association?
I could.
Or Friends of Vancouver? I mean, there's You could really grow up to business.
Okay, it's just. Okay, and we have Elizabeth Moss, who's going to talk about the library.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
Hi, Elizabeth.
We
Hello.
love Elizabeth.
I'm here. I'm not online. Hi. So I have some handouts. These are my favorite resources because a lot of people know that the library has books, but there's actually a whole lot more that people don't know about. A lot of people know we have ebooks with Libby, but we also have e-audiobooks with Libby, and we have e-movies and e-magazines and all sorts of cool stuff. So I will share this with you and
Oh, one tech house. That's cool. This is really nice.
I also have another handout that is even cooler. This is a brand new thing. I'm actually going to start with this thing because it's the coolest thing. We just started in November. It is a library of themes. So if you ever wanted to play the ukulele, or you want to look at the stars with a telescope, or you want to make a cake, it's all, you can now check them out. We have different things. We have, so for like the musical instruments, we have a ukulele, we have a keyboard, we have some kids instruments. If you're into sewing, we have a sewing thing, we have a serger, we have some knitting tools. If you want like outdoors, we have a pickleball set, we have trekking poles. If you're into more of like your house stuff, we have stud finders and drill sets. So we just launched this in November. We started with 40 items and it is growing daily. We are also encouraging people to tell us what you want. And we are trying to get things people actually want to check out. There are some things about the Library of Themes. We don't want anything you put your mouth on. So no oboes. I wouldn't recommend an oboe. You could, but would tell you no. But a violin, you don't put your mouth on. So that would be good. Also, nothing that needs to be maintained in order to be safe. So they will probably never buy a parachute. But if there's something that you're like, I would really like to use this, but not all the time, just some of the time, I don't want to store it. Like a cake pan, maybe you need a cake a couple times a year for a birthday cake, but you don't want to store it all the time. You can now check it out from the library. Yeah.
What if it's something old that we don't know what it is?
So there is a record player on here. So it will tell you about what it is in the description. And you can always ask the librarian and say, hey, there's this weird thing. What does it do? So, and if you have stuff you want to donate, there's also a form. You can say, hey, I have this thing. I don't use it anymore. I thought I wanted to play the violin. Turns out I'm awful at it. Can I give you the violin and let all my neighbors annoy their parents with it? Yes. So this is a new initiative we launched and we're very excited about it. And like I said, we're trying to expand more. So the library is more than just books.
Where are these things kept?
So they are actually right now in people's homes. We launched it in November and immediately there were huge wait lists and we've been trying to keep up and order more stuff. If there is ever one that's returned to us that is not on hold for somebody else, it's stored in our operations center. And that's where they'll check it, do any maintenance that's required, so long as it's not, parachuting.
Where's the operations center?
It is on Grand Boulevard. It used to be a CMAR and it used to be a navigation center. It's right across from a Walmart. That's just where it's all of our behind the scenes work, so you can't go and browse it. You can go online, it's on our inner catalog, just like books. So if you're looking for pickleball books, it'll also come up with the pickleball set. So you could read about it and then go play pickleball. You can do a search for Library of Themes and it'll come up. It's also in our website, there's in the browsing and the exploring, there's Explore Library of Themes. So it's It's our new.
Do we do story hours and things like that at the library?
We do. I'm from the Third Creeks Library and we do 8 story times a week. So we do family story times on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, except for during tax season at 10:30 in the libraries. We do story times in the communities at Eisenhower Elementary and Lakeshore Elementary. Thursdays at Lakeshore, Fridays at Eisenhower, 9 a.m. And it's not for the kids in school, it's for just people in the neighborhood who maybe can't get to the library. They can go to the school, check in at the office, and then come to a story time. Wednesdays, we have baby story time at 10:30 and 11:30. And then Fridays, except during tax season, we have Play to Learn, where we have early literacy stations where the kids can learn more, and there's playing stuff that they can play with, and the caregivers can chat about what the best diaper cream is.
What happens during tax season? Why?
Because if you need taxes, we can help.
Taxes too.
The Third Creeks Library works with the Red Locust Vita organization. It's a volunteer income tax assistance. And they do taxes at the Third Creeks Library all day Friday, all day Saturday during tax season, which is February 1st to April 15th. It is appointment based, and at the Third Creeks Library, it is for people who make $70,000 or less, or who have a disability, or who have limited English skills. At the downtown branch and the Cascade Park branch, they work with AARP and they help anybody. So that's why tax season is different, because we give up our meeting room for tax help the whole season, and the appointments are going fast. So take an appointment. So
I already did my taxes.
that's.
Okay.
So,
And they have experience passes there?
Yes.
That's
experience passes, we have agreements with 12 different museums and attractions in the area. Some are in Vancouver, like the Clark County Historical Museum. Some are in Portland, like the Pittock Mansion or the Rice Geology Museum. Some of them are in the Gorge, like the Maryhill Museum or the Columbia Gorge Discovery Center or Wonderworks Children's Museum. You go online on our website and you reserve your library pass for that museum. You pick your date and you go for free. And a lot of them will let you take a guest or 2 guests. Some of them even let you take 3 guests with you per library card. So you can go and explore some of the great local attractions for free. You can do that online. And if you don't want to do it online, I can do it for you here. I have a computer and so all sorts of stuff. So maybe
meeting space?
yeah, you can get a meeting space. We have a meeting room that can hold up to 58 people. You can reserve it 8 weeks in advance. The couple of caveats, it has to be open to the public. So even if it's, you say it's open to the public, you're like, it's my 2-year-old's birthday party and we want all of her new friends that we're going to meet to come. It's like, yeah, birthday parties really aren't open to the public event, so no on that. But it has to be open to the public and it cannot be used to advertise or sell or solicit anything like that. And free. Oh, no, it's free.
Judy, I was just thinking if we have some type of community event, we've been looking, last time we talked about it, we were looking for a space, and now we
There
have a
is,
space.
And it has to be available, and they will say the library programs, we get to book ours 9 months in advance. So it has to be in between programs, but yes, so long as you're like, it can be for any community member in any community and not just ours. Absolutely. You don't have to advertise it to anybody but your community. But if someone's walking by and says, oh, that looks like fun, you have to say, sure, come on in. We also have 2 study rooms, and those ones are private. They're glass walled, but you don't have to let random people come into them. They hold 6 people, and you can reserve them for 2 hours a day, up to 2 weeks in advance. And so that's nice if you want to just have a small meeting. Cool. So that's a cool thing the library has. So
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
I knew this was gonna be cool. I knew that's gonna be a lot of stuff here.
consumer reports, yes, if you're like, I need to buy a new washing machine or a new car, you can go, don't go to consumerreports.com because they'll say we need your credit card.
Yes.
Go to the library's website under Learn and Research, look, go to A through Z databases, C for consumer reports. You type in your library card number and not your credit card number. and you get access to all of consumer reports.
Awesome.
So, you know, if you get the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal and you're paying for it, don't. Come to the library's website. I mean, we have them in the library in person, but you can go to the library's website. You get a code for the New York Times or a code for the Wall Street Journal. The catch is you have to do it every 3 days. The codes are only good for 72 hours. So you get a code and that gives you access to New York Times or Wall Street Journal. And then every 3 days, you just go and get a new code. And you can read that
Is
newspaper.
Consumer Reports a 3-day limit as well?
No, Consumer Reports is just your library card number. If you do movie streaming services, we have 2 that are free. One is called Canopy with a K, Canopy with a K. And that's for the independent films, the documentaries, the classic films. And then we have Hoopla, which is for more of the modern current stuff you might see on TV or in the movie theaters. Usually not the stuff this year or last year, a little bit older, but it also has some binge passes. So if you're ever paying for the Hallmark movie streaming, don't. Hoopla will give you a 7-day binge pass and you can get a new one every 7 days. And you can watch all of the Hallmark streaming movies with Hoopla and your library card for free. Nice. So if you have magazines, we have digital magazines, Press Reader and Flipster, and you can get those for free. Mango Languages, Freegal for Music, it's streaming, no ads, 5 hours a day, and 5 songs you can download and keep forever. Live online tutoring. If you know anyone who's in school and struggling, you just log in with your library card, you say what your grade is, you say what the subject is, they connect you with a real person, not a robot, who can help you with one problem or a page of problems, whatever you need. LinkedIn Learning has classes on everything for stuff you might need, you know, for like careers, but also for hobbies. If you want to learn about anything, they have something there, whether it's, you know, I want to learn how to take pictures with my smartphone better, or I want to learn how to use Microsoft Excel, they have a course for that. We do have Ancestry, if you like genealogy. Ancestry, though, is you have to go into the library. You can use your own computer if you're connected to the library's Wi-Fi, or you can use a library computer, but that one you have to be in the library. We do have a Check Out Washington backpack that includes a parking pass for the Washington State Parks. So the problem is, like in January, you probably don't have to wait too long, but if you want it in the summer, get on hold and you've probably got to wait a while because they're more popular in the summer than they are in January. But it comes with that free stuff. We have board games you can check out. We have book discussion kits. So if you're in a book club, you can actually check out a kit with 15 copies of the same book. And you get them for 12 weeks instead of 3 weeks because you have to give them out to your book club and then you have to read them and then you have to discuss them and then you have to collect them back. So it's 12 weeks. We have programs, all sorts of programs for all ages. Yeah.
Now, on the book discussion kits, how would I know is there a list? Where would I get a list?
So it's on the catalog and just type in book discussion kit.
Oh,
and there's usually between 40 and 50 of them.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, okay.
So lots of options there. Programs, like I said, we have tax help. We also have book groups from the library. We have chair yoga that meets once a month. That does stuff. We have, and we just started maybe a year ago, accessible crafts for adults. So everything is, you know, we have really cool scissors that you don't have to, you know, open up and down. You just press and they pop open. So it's a really cool thing that we've started to do that is really fun. Yeah. Anyone who likes crafting but can't do like my mom goes crazy with cross stitching. She can't do it anymore. She loved to do it. She can't do it. We also offer one-on-one tech help. So if you have a device and it's not working or you don't know what to do with it, there's a contact us button at the bottom of the website. Say you want an appointment, you pick your library, you pick the days of the week that are best for you, and we say, sure, let's meet and we'll tell you how to use your iPad or your smartphone or whatever you'd like. We have free printing. You get $3 in free printing, which is enough for 30 black and white pages or 6 color pages every week. We have free faxing. So if you ever need to fax something, which most people don't accept faxes now, but some people still require them, especially government and medical offices, come to the library, fax it for free. All sorts
Don't
of
want
stuff.
electricity monitoring. Why
Yes,
would
so-
you need that?
If you want to see what is making your electricity bill go high, you can plug it in and plug it into your refrigerator and see how much electricity your fridge is taking. Your washing machine is taking, actually, I don't know if the washing machine would work for that, but your coffee maker, and you can see which appliances are eating up the most electricity and then say, oh, maybe it's better to get an Energy Star for this.
Wow, a lot of stuff.
Anybody have any, I know that was a lot of information,
It's awesome.
but
I'll
contact
just do one question. Let's say I want to watch a classic movie that I can't get anywhere else. What process, what would I go through to do that? To get it?
Okay, so if we have it on DVD, then you just check it out. If we have it
So
on,
you come to the library and check it out. Okay.
if we have it on Hoopla or Canopy, you can go online and either download the app or just do it in your browser and watch it. If you don't have it in any of those places, then you can request that the library purchase it and add it to our collection. And you would be the first person to get it. So
On DVD.
on DVD, we try to only buy DVDs, but there are some things that are only available on Blu-ray. So if it's available on Blu-ray and not on DVD, we will buy it on Blu-ray.
Who's a DVD player anymore?
Yeah, but some people only have DVD players and people with Blu-rays can watch DVDs. People with DVD players can't watch Blu-rays. So we don't have VHSs anymore, but we do have a record player
I love that.
in the library of things. And one of the things they're looking at as they're adding stuff is digitization. So there actually may be a VCR player in the future because a lot of people have old VHS tapes and how can they digitize them? So I can't guarantee it, but I know I've had several people request digitization equipment for things like VHS players, cassette tapes.
or
So
even DVDs. Digital.
DVDs are a little bit harder because so many of them are digital rights protected. That to get one that would actually work for all DVDs would be really complicated. But
I see.
probably.
Oh, we're almost out of time, but thank you so much for coming.
Great.
Okay, and Bill here has something he'd like to talk people about.
Real briefly,
Just a quick.
very quick.
Very quick.
Yeah, I'll get you out of here at 8. I am with the American Cancer Society Park for Life. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that. They are kind of an offshoot of Relay for Life, if anybody is familiar with that. Relay for Life has been active in Clark County since the mid-80s. The pandemic kind of slowed them down and they have not recovered from it since, but the group called Bark for Life is kind of taking over for them this year. We're having an event in August, and I just wanted to provide you with some information. There's some pamphlets on the back table that describing where, when, how, and why. Based on the name, you can probably assume that this is more centered towards people that own dogs. And before you ask, yes, there was a move for Meow for Life, but it has not gained traction. So, but anyway, if any of you are interested in more information, the pamphlets are back there. It gives you, there's websites, there's all kinds of information for it. And it is a fundraising event. Okay, and it will happen this year in August down at Marine Park off of the just this side of the river. And that's really all I had, and it's seconds till 8. So
Thank you.
Are you connected to HSSW at all? The Humane Society?
I'm
Are
sorry.
you connected with the Humane Society at all?
Not directly. The people that are participating in it are pretty well connected. I know I have a couple of people on our leadership team that volunteer for the Humane Society.
Just signed up to volunteer to volunteer. Just went through orientation today.
Well, you may hear about it when you go up
Probably
over there.
might,
So anyway,
I was there last year at Bark for Life. It was great. Everybody had a wonderful time.
it was in Esther Short Park last year. It'll be in Marine Park down off Columbia Way this year. And we're putting together vendors and activities and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, information back there if you're interested. So
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I guess we'll let you go home since it's 8 o'clock.
Yes. I need to go.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coming.
Question for the library.
Would you like to answer?
Question for the library?
Yes.
Is that handout available at the library, at the mall? Or any place?
So,
I can bring you want the library handout?
if you can give me your
Yeah.
email, I'll email it to you. It's one that I made. So if you go to the Three Creeks Library and you ask for Elizabeth, I can give you one.
I can give it to you tomorrow, Stanley.
Oh, yeah, you can bring it by a copy, or you can, yeah, you have my email. Coordinator has the email. You can put it on my door tomorrow
Around the corner.
if you want, but
Looks like Judy's gonna deliver it to you, hand deliver it to you.
okay, yeah.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow, Stanley.
We are in Medford Myers Park.
Yeah, thanks.
They did not want